Hello fans, and welcome to the James M. Grant Center in beautiful Redding, California. We have the UC Merced Bobcats at 8-8 overall. They're 2-0 in conference, taking on your Simpson University Redhawks. Simpson's 8-6 overall. They're also undefeated in conference at 2-0 as Anna Marshall Euro step throws it up. Bucket, there it is. She's coming off a 24-point game with 7 boards and 5 steals. And 34 minutes. I'm Jacob Green, joined here by Sean Rodriguez.
Hello fans, and welcome to the James M. Grant Center. Like Jacob said, my name is Sean Rodriguez, and I'm excited to take you by the play-by-play here as Marshall swings it out to Thompson. Thompson for 3, and that's going to hit. And the Redhawks get a hot start with a 5-0 run as the Bobcats now trying to look to answer. We have number 10 of the Bobcats, LeBeau. LeBeau swinging it out to number 0. That's Nagra. Nagra with the bucket, and that's going to fall. She gets that and 1.
Yeah, as you said, Sean, starting off hot as Nagra will head to the charity stripe. Merced down by 3 in this 1 minute into this matinee. For the Redhawks, they're shooting 26% from 3, and they're already 1 of 1 today. Hopefully they can keep that up. They're holding opponents to 30% with the Bobcats. They're shooting 36% from 3 and holding opponents to 26% as Kinney double team, tried to get down toward the block and drive baseline. Didn't work, turns the ball over as Merced will take it up the floor. That's number 10, LeBeau. She kicks it out to number 13, Blecha for 3, won't go, rebounded by Wynn. Gives it to Marshall up the floor. Marshall hopefully can keep up the great basketball she's been playing. Again, as I said before, coming off a 24-point game in 34 minutes of play. Kinney swings it out, muddle up top, back to Kinney. Kinney from downtown. That one won't go. Rebounded by Williams.
Merced now bringing the ball up the court. That's number 13 of the Bobcats. That's Blecha. Blecha finds number 0. That's Nagra. Into the post to number 35. That's Luquido. Luquido, that's the Bobcats' leading scorer. She's averaging 16 points for Merced. Number 10 now, LeBeau. Attacking, blocked by Wynn. And that ball is going to stay here. And the Bobcats are going to take the ball from under the rim.
Great job by the Redhawks. Big right there. So, Serena Wynn knocking the ball away, not committing a foul. As handoff to Nagra is bobbled and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Redhawk ball. I take that back. It's going to be Merced's ball. So we get a substitution for LeBeau. It's going to be Jazzy Beltran out of Hayward, California. Standing way outside the arc there.
The Bobcats moving the ball around. Shot goes up by number 2. Look good. Great shot by Beltran. So far, a lot of threes from what I've noticed from this Bobcat team right as they take another 3. And that doesn't fall, but according to the stats, Jacob, the Bobcats are shooting about a whopping 36% from the three-point line. So the Bobcats taking the shots that they're comfortable with, and that's going to fall for Nikki Thompson. That extends the Redhawk lead to 5 points, and the Bobcats now working their way, trying to break this Redhawk full-court press. Ball is swung out, tipped out by Anna Marshall. Back into Luquido. Luquido working, pivoting, baby hook, and that one falls for Luquido. Dumodel now, the Redhawks. Pressured full court, swings it up to Nikki Thompson. Thompson finds Kinney, what a pass. But that's gonna be battered away as the Bobcats retain possession of the ball.
Yeah, and for Luquido, she's averaging 16 points a game. She's a leading scorer for these Bobcats as Dumodel up the floor to Kinney. Kinney back across to Marshall. Marshall Euro step, throws it up, gets pushed to the ground, no foul call there. And the Bobcats get the ball back as Nagra takes it up the floor, waits for her fellow teammates to get in position, swings it back and forth. Now back with the ball up the top, guarded by Dumodel. Passes it inside to Luquido, who swings it back out. Driving is Beltran, throws it up. It's tipped by Wynn, no travel call there. Now Nagra. It's kicked around a little bit. Back in the post is Luquido, guarded by Serena Wynn, and a foul will be called on Wynn.
Interesting foul call there, Jacob. But what I've noticed from this Merced team is that they're comfortable taking these outside shots, but they're really trying to get the ball in to Luquido. or I'm sorry, my apologies, Luquido to get a one-on-one in the post, and I feel like that's their game plan. I mean, Luquido is averaging, like I said earlier, 16 points. Their leading scorer for Merced as she is at the line. Shot goes up, and that one falls for Luquido. So, yeah, Merced really patient offense from what I've noticed here. And Luquido is going to have one more shot at the line.
Yeah, we saw it earlier on what would have been a fast break typically, but slowing down the offense was Nagra. Waited for everyone to get set before they ran a play, and it looks like, yeah, just a little bit of iso ball, get Luquido in the post one-on-one, and then kind of branch out outside the arc as Marshall driving throws it up. That one won't go in. Kissed it off the glass, but spun off it. She'll head to the, my apologies. It's going to stay on the floor.
That was a great find by Lemus to Marshall. Couldn't get that one to fall, but a great look. Nonetheless, DeModel now is going to pass this ball in, and I believe Merced is in a 2-3 defense. DeModel finds Marshall pumping, driving baseline, creating contact, stepping through. Could not get that one to fall. Merced now pushing the ball up the floor, pushes the ball up to number, I believe, 13. Blecha, Euro stepping through the lane. Could not get that one to fall, but it's reeled in by the Bobcats. Number 2 now, Beltran setting up the offense. Beltran directing traffic. She finds number 44, that's Ramirez. Ramirez kicking it back out to number 0, Nagra, but a little bit overthrown. I see the idea there, but just could not connect that pass, and that's going to be the Redhawks' ball.
Yeah, and on that play, Lupe Lemus had to step up to guard Luquido, who is the leading scorer for the Bobcats, as Sean said, and standing in the middle with the zone defense going was Anna Marshall, ready to play that 5 position. And we saw it last game. She had 5 steals. She knows how to play some great defense. She's been probably the Redhawks' best scorer. Thompson driving on that one, spins in and around, does not go down as the Bobcats take it back up the floor. Inside pass to Luquido, guarded by Lemus. Great pass, great find. It's a 1-on-2, and drawing the foul is Luquido. It was Lemus and Thompson guarding Luquido in the paint. Leads to a foul. Tessa Kinney's going to check back in for Lupe Lemus.
Getting deja vu again, Jacob, as Luquido is back at the line. I think it's also worth mentioning the fact that she reeled in her own shot. And according to the stats here, Jacob, she is averaging a whopping 15 rebounds per game.
Yeah, and the Bobcats as a whole, they average 42 rebounds a game, and 73% of those rebounds are on the defensive side of the ball. So back-to-back offensive rebounds for Luquido is not something that seems to happen often according to the stat sheet. DeModel is going to have to fight against the full court press. Haley Garcia, who checked in a few minutes ago, Marshall sidestep, won't go, drives. And that one's tipped away and taken away as Merced will take it up the floor. Now it's passed up top to Luquido, back to number 20 Flores, who also just recently checked in. Now at the elbow is Nagra, steps around DeModel, nothing there, kicks it out to 44, driving, throws it up and gets the bucket, and Merced now with a 3-point lead with just inside of 4:40 left to go.
The Redhawks doing a good job of breaking this full court press by the Bobcats, but now just having a hard time converting in the half court set as DeModel swings it out to Garcia, and that is going to slip right through her fingers, and I believe we have a media timeout here. life like? You want to open this one up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, fans, and welcome back to the James M. Grant Center. We are back from the media timeout. It will be Merced ball after the errant pass from the Red Hawks. Red Hawks hopping back into their zone defense. Kinney, Marshall, Garcia, Thompson, and Demoto on the floor. It's kicked out to number 0, Nagra for 3. That one won't go. Rebounded by Thompson, takes it away from Luquito. Great job by Nikki Thompson there. Looking for someone, pass it up top to Demoto. Demoto steps up for 3. That one's just short. Kinney couldn't hold on to it, collides with Marshall, and it goes off the Bobcats. Great play by Marshall there. She bobbled it and then threw it off the foot of, I believe that was number 0, Nagra. High IQ play there from your starting Red Hawk point guard, Anna Marshall.
The Zebras seem to be talking about something now, but Dumadel now is going to pass this ball in from under the rim. Dumadel now scanning, finds Marshall out on the wing. Marshall finds Dumadel, takes the 3, and almost rattles in, but Kinney gets that rebound, and she is fouled. So that's going to be 2 shots at the charity stripe.
Great job by Tessa Kinney there to, again, fight for that board on the offensive side of the ball. Red Hawks have been doing it all year long, offensive and defensive side of the ball. They don't just let the rebounds go typically.
Kinney with the first shot, and that one is off, which is not usually something you see. Tessa Kinney is shoots about 45% from the free throw line. So this shot's gonna go up, and it's gonna fall for Kinney.
Yeah, great job there by Kinney, just to bounce back with that second free throw shot and drain it. Looked like she took an extra second there between shots just to kind of regather herself, take a deep breath and chill out. Demodal, her point guard, came over and tapped her on the back a little bit to help her lock back in. As Thompson with the board there again, the Red Hawks are going to spread out and fly down the court as Marshall's on the far side wing looking for somebody. Nothing there. Closely guarded by number 44, Ramirez. Swings it across to Demoto. Demoto's going to get up top right in front of the logo. Pass it to Garcia. Back up top to Demoto. Demoto swings it across to Marshall for 3 from the wing. Just misses off the rim, and the Bobcats will take it back up the floor.
Number 20 now, the Bobcats. Flores drives middle, takes this 15-footer. Good look, but that's reeled in by Kinney. A lot of contact. She's on the floor, and the officials are going to stop and call. That's going to be Red Hawks ball as we have Napoleon now subbing in for Garcia.
Yeah, now the Red Hawks have a little bit more height on the floor, which compared to Merced, something the Red Hawks are lacking a little bit. But hopefully the extra height will help these Red Hawks get some more boards a little bit easier as it's past Napoleon on this close side wing. Demoto just converged on by 2 Bobcats there as Thompson will take it, pulls up, jump shot right from the charity stripe, and will drain it for an easy bucket. And we're all tied up now. It's a brand new ball game with just over 2.5 minutes remaining in this first quarter, as an errant pass from the Bobcats there will result in a Red Hawk ball.
Substitution here on the play. We have number 30, Quinn Godfrey, the freshman center, standing at a whopping 6'5". Finds Marshall, almost travels there. Back out to the point guard. Back out to Thompson. Thompson for 3, and that's short. And a foul is here. A foul is called here on the play. I believe it's on number 30, the freshman. And D'Amato now is going to pass this ball in. It's been a quiet couple of minutes, couple of past minutes so far, as we have just under 2.5 minutes left in this first quarter. D'Amato finds Kinney. Kinney back out to D'Amato. D'Amato's in the corner working. Skips the ball across the court to Marshall. Marshall driving middle. Swings it out to Kinney. D'Amato now is going to take the shot, and that's just going to rattle in and out, and that's reeled in by Luquito.
Marshall with the steal there. It was great, but I think the refs called it out of bounds. Just couldn't quite toe tap it there. That'll result in the Bobcats ball. And Nikki Thompson's the only Red Hawk that is made a 3, I believe, in this game. She's 2 for 2 from downtown. Hopefully they can keep feeding her hot hand. It's Marshall called for the foul. Read that pass easily and ended up making a little bit too much contact on number 20 for the Bobcats. That is Mariah Flores, freshman guard from Daly City, California. A lot of Bay Area natives on this Bobcats roster.
The Bobcats now. Back out to Nagra. Nagra driving middle. Swings it out to the short corner. That's to number 20, Flores. Back out to Nagra. Nagra's going to take this shot. And that's reeled in by Luquito. Luquito now swings it back out to the corner. Back into Luquito. Luquito's going to work. Facing up. Spinning. Pivoting. Finds the freshman. And that's going to be a foul here on the play. Godfrey is going to go to the line for 2 free throws.
Yeah, and here we see that height advantage for Merced with Godfrey as well as Luquito in the game, as Lupe Lemus is going to check in for Tessa Kenny. Anna Marshall's going to get some rest.
And Godfrey now is going to have 2 shots at the charity stripe. Merced has shot 215 free throws this season, making 157, meaning that they're shooting a good 73% from the free throw line, as Godfrey takes one more shot, and that's just going to hit back rim, and we have a foul call here on the play.
Yeah, another sense of deja vu as Luquito is going to head to the line here with 1:33 remaining in this first quarter. Sean, I feel like this is another situation where the Red Hawks 6th man, Natalie Brown, missing, providing that defense off the bench. They have Haley Garcia and Lupe Lemus coming in off the bench, who have played great off the bench in our previous 2 games that we've seen at home.
I mean, I think you're absolutely right, Jacob. I feel like if Brown was here, it would be maybe a different ball game, but you know what they all say, when a door closes, it opens for another player. And like you said, Garcia and Lemus and Napoleon with some crucial minutes off the bench has been really helping this Red Hawk team, as Thompson now swings it back out to D'Amato. D'Amato driving middle, finds Napoleon. Napoleon thought about the shot, but she's actually going to take it, and it's just short, reeled in by Luquito. That's going to be Merced's number 13. Blecha driving baseline, takes the short midi, and that's reeled in by Garcia. Garcia now is going to find Thompson out on the wing, almost stepping out of bounds, but saves the ball. Thompson now back out to the point guard, back out to Thompson, faking the pass, pivoting, finds D'Amato. D'Amato's driving, floater off 2, and that's going to be reeled in by Merced.
And yeah, as you said, Sean, when one door closes, another one opens for another play to make an impact. And we saw that last game with Haley Garcia, and we just saw it here getting a rebound. She's playing some great defense off the bench, as well as Lupe Lemus. Lemus guarding Luquito there. Nothing she can do about that as Luquito just throws it up and gets the bucket. It's now 15-11, the Red Hawks down, as Garcia and Demodal are going to play a little tiki-taka. And that pass is going to be intercepted by number 22, Gabby Martini, who's going to take it up the floor, pass it to the far side wing to Blecha, pass it up top to Nagra. Nagra's just going to hold on to it, run the clock down. They got 14 seconds left. Can't get past Garcia. Now kicks it far side wing back to Blecha, back to Zagra, who's going to drive and then get fouled hard. She falls down on the hardwood. With 5.4 remaining, Merced's going to head to the line. Nagra getting 2 shots, as Merced will get the bonus here. Making that first shot is Nagra. The Red Hawks, hopefully at the end of this first quarter, will be able to come out swinging in the second quarter like they did to begin this ball game, as making the second shot is Nagra. The Red Hawks now are going to have to fight against the full court press with 5 seconds remaining. Now for Garcia, pass it to Thompson. Thompson throws it up and banks it in from half court. Thompson, what a shot as time expires. 17-14 now as we head to the second quarter. Thompson, what a day shooting.
Green, you got this?
Uh,
You want me to open it up?
I got it.
Okay, you got it.
Hello, fans, and welcome into the James M. Grant Center. Jacob Green joined by Sean Rodriguez as we begin this second quarter. Nikki Thompson banked in a half-court shot to end the first. To swing around far side wing, that's number 2, Beltran. Now back inside to Lakido, unguarded. Nice little jumper off the block. And Merced bounces back quickly. It's now 19-14. As Thompson stops, doesn't pop, swings it out to Napoleon, swung around the arc, back to Thompson. Thompson, no space there, back to DeModal. DeModal working in a 1-on-2, now tries to call a play, directing traffic here as Marshall makes a cut baseline. Now inside pass to Kinney, back to Napoleon. Napoleon driving, nice little floater.
That's what we call textbook basketball, Jacob. Hit the short corner, have the middle woman dive to the bucket, hit the middle woman. That's great textbook basketball. What can I say? As Merced now is going to try and come up with a bucket on their own. Nagra now corner 3, and she's going to hit that shot. And Merced now is up by 6 points as Marshall now swings the ball up to Thompson. Thompson now scanning the floor, back out to Napoleon. Napoleon passes it back to the point guard, DeModel. DeModel now is going to work against this 2-3 zone as Marshall passes out to Kinney. Kinney back out to DeModel. Napoleon with the jumper, and that's going to rattle in back-to-back points from Napoleon as Merced's going to push this ball up fast. Number 13 with the ball, Blecha. Blecha swings it back out to number 2, Beltran. Beltran to Nagra. Back out to Blecha. Blecha now finds Lakido in the short corner. Lakido swings it back out to the top of the key, back out to Nagra. Nagra fakes the shot. Ball's almost stolen, but it's recovered by Beltran. Beltran passes it out, and the shot is up. And it's off, but Nagra is able to get her offensive rebound as the Bobcats have another shot. Nagra's going to take that 3, and that's going to fall for Nagra.
That was a great job by Nagra to get 2 shots there in that possession. And then the Redhawks just couldn't quite play tight defense long enough to hold them, as a charge is going to be called on Tessa Kinney here. Blocking foul, rather. So Kinney will not collect the foul. My apologies there. And it'll be the Redhawks ball on this side of the court. Inbounding it will be Marshall to likely DeModal, beating the defense as DeModal's going to call play here. Direct traffic. Marshall outside the arc had a little bit of space there, thought about the 3. Now DeModal's going to call a play. Pass it to Marshall. Marshall looking back up top to Napoleon. Napoleon to Garcia. Garcia, nothing there. Kicks out to DeModal. DeModal swings around. Close side wing to Marshall. Marshall driving. Throws it up as the shot clock expires. Falls in the and 1 as Marshall will head to the line. And Serena Wynn at the scorer's table is going to check in here as Anna Marshall is going to take her and 1.
Tough take by Anna Marshall to get that and 1. And Anna Marshall has shot 51 free throws this season, making 33, shooting at 64%, just above 64% as she gets that free throw fall. Nagra now with the ball. Swings it back out to Beltran. Beltran now heavily pressured by Wynn. Finds number 33, Williams. Williams back out to Nagra. Another 3. That one does not fall, but that's a rebound by Wynn. And Wynn finds DeModel. DeModel's going to swing it out to Marshall now. Marshall looking to score, driving middle. Same exact move with the left hand. It just could not get that one to fall.
What a move by Marshall. Oh my gosh.
The same exact move to get to the rack, but now she's going to be shooting 2 free throws instead of 1, Jacob.
Yeah, a little hezzy motion there almost. Dribbling with the right hand, then crossing over. Great job by Marshall. And here's where you want to see Marshall start to get going. She did not start off too hot, but last 3 or 4 times she's had the ball and able to drive, she's either headed to the line or gotten the bucket. So hopefully that picks up even more. She's going to miss both shots here, and it's rebounded by Lakido, but stolen by Napoleon. And it will remain Red Hawk ball as DeModal, no space there, kicks it to Napoleon. Inside pass to Wynn off the block. Little hook shot. Doesn't go in. It's rebounded by Lakido as the Bobcats, number 44, Ramirez, will take it up the floor. Stops right at the foul shot line. Kicks it out. Dribbling around now is Beltran searching for a shot. Drives past Wynn. Backdoor pass to Lakido, and Lakido doesn't connect on the bucket. And the Redhawks get the ball right back As Marshall tried the same move there, nothing there. Demoto up in front of the logo. Thompson headed to the scorer's table, ready to check in. Demoto calls a play. Garcia and Marshall look to rotate there. Demoto up top to Wynn. Wynn to Garcia. Garcia at the top. Now Wynn for three. That one is nothing but net, and the Redhawks pull within one as we hit the 6-minute mark before half.
Beltran now calling out offense for the Bobcats. Beltran receives the screen from Luquido, driving, scooping it up with the left hand, and almost rebounded by Luquido. Great take by Beltran to try and get that one to connect, but just she could not get that one to fall, as we have a small handful of substitutions here on the play. The model's going to take a break, and Beltran of the Bobcats is also going to take a break, as Marshall now is going to work against this full court Bobcat press. Marshall now driving, finds Thompson, who just subbed in, driving middle, scoops it up with the right hand, and that's going to fall for Thompson. That's already 13 points for Thompson in this first half of basketball, and we have just under 6 minutes left to play in this ball game as that three goes up and is rebounded by Luquido. Luquido back out to Nagra. The shooter is going to take a shot, and it's just off, and it's rebounded by number 33, Williams, and she gets that one to fall.
Yeah, that rebound was just taken right off the top of the head. Just easily plucked away. That was the height difference there. As it was a quick little rebound. As Wynn from the corner, that three ball won't go. Rebounded by Napoleon. As Wynn kicks it out to Garcia, swings it back around to Marshall. Marshall driving, tried to draw the foul there. Ends up just throwing it up, and it will be the Bobcats ball. A very tight game being played here. Neither team pulling away from the other. A great Saturday afternoon basketball game thus far, apart from the Redhawks being down by one.
Nagra now finds Luquido in the short corner, swinging it across the court, almost picked off by Kenny. Great pass from number 11 to Diaz to number 33, Williams. Great pace by the Bobcats to get that bucket as Napoleon reels that balls in. Drives baseline, tries to scoop it up, and could not get that one to fall, as the Bobcats now looking to have this, to utilize this 5-on-4 advantage, and there's I believe a reach-in foul call.
Yeah, the Bobcats there had a little power play going. We're not able to do anything with it, as the Redhawks end up fouling, as we're going to head to break here with the timeout. 4:35 remains. The Redhawks down by 3.
For the men's game. Here, can I bring this one back in?
Yeah.
Welcome back, fans, to the James M. Grant Center in this basketball matinee, as we have Merced now bringing the ball in. That's number 20, Flores. The ball skipped to Nagra. Nagra finds number 33, Williams. Williams now gets double teamed, and that ball is going to be stolen by the Redhawks. Dumato now is going to bring the ball up the court, scanning, finds Thompson on the right wing. Thompson's going to take the short little mini, and that's short, but Kinney is going to flip it up with the left hand and could not get that one to fall, as Marshall tries to rip the ball from Luquido. But that's going to be Bobcats' ball coming down the court. I also think it's worth mentioning that Our Lady Redhawks are averaging 9.9 steals a game in their season. So a lot of deflections, a lot of steals for Our Lady Redhawks, as the Bobcats now are going to bring the ball up the floor. That's swung out to number 11, Diaz. Diaz out to Blecha. Blecha finds Luquido. She's double teamed. Back out to 11, back out to Williams. Williams now is going to get fouled by, I believe, Kinney. Great job by the Bobcats for swinging this ball around, really trying to get the best shot possible. And great job to our Lady Redhawks for playing some solid defense, making it hard for the Bobcats to get a simple shot. And this ball is going to be inbounded from under the floor by Flores.
Yeah, and for the Redhawks, the steals leader for the Redhawks is Anna Marshall with 43. The person in second place behind her is Nikki Thompson with 22, so quite a bit of separation there between those two Redhawks, but both great defensive players. Thompson's going to take it across the timeline now. Dribbles onto the wing. Now crosses Marshall. Way out there is going to hand it off to Demoto. Demoto calls a play, directing traffic. Marshall on the far side wing, almost double teamed there. Back up top to Wynn, swings it to Thompson. Thompson rolls off a screen, back to Demoto. Shot clock down to 7. Marshall with the ball, 1-on-2, nothing there, swings it around. Napoleon hits the shot down on the baseline. Great shot from Napoleon. She has 8 points now, 6 points rather.
Napoleon really making a statement here on this Lady Redhawk team, and I think it's worth mentioning that prior to this spring semester, as she reels the ball in, she was on this same court except spiking a volleyball, Jacob. So it's nice to see a little dual sport action from the Redhawks as Dumodel now is going to bring the ball out for the Redhawks. Swing it back out to Thompson. Thompson finds Napoleon. Napoleon looking for that high-low for Wynn as Thompson fakes left, steps back, takes the shot, and that does not fall for her as the Bobcats reel that in. That's Williams' rebound as number 20 of the Bobcats, Flores, finds number 13 wide open, but Blecha could not get that one to fall. But that's going to stay here, and the Bobcats are going to inbound the ball from under the rim.
Yeah, the Redhawks down by 1. It's been a little bit of a slower second quarter. There's still 2.5 left to play, but the Redhawks playing some great defense along with the Bobcats. Both of these teams doing great job defensively as we see it there. Anna Marshall leaping into the air and intercepting that pass. Pass it down the floor to Wynn, kicks it out to Thompson. Thompson searching for a little jumper there, but nothing. Demoto back up top. Wynn off the elbow. That one rattles around but won't fall down. And taking back up the floor is Beltran. Kicks it up and through the hands of Blecha, and it will be Redhawk ball. The Redhawks trying to get a little tempo going here and feed the fire and fan the flames as the Bobcats will drop into a full court press. Marshall takes it across the timeline, dribbles it off her foot. She was watching number 2, Jazzy Beltran, trying to not get the ball stolen from her as Thompson guarding Nagra. Nagra pass it back up top, now swung around to number 13, driving, that's Blecha. Back to Luquido with the jumper. That one won't go, rebound by Thompson.
That's a foul on, I believe, number 13 of the Bobcats, and Wynn is going to catch a breather as Haley Garcia gets some more burn in this game. Thompson now is going to swing it out to Marshall. Marshall now getting full court press by the Bobcats. Blecha. Marshall now working around the defense. Marshall finds Demoto. Demoto now calling for a ball screen from Napoleon, driving left. Demoto's going to take the midi, and that's not going to fall, and that's reeled in by Luquido. And Napoleon hits the floor hard. I believe she might have rolled her ankle. Hopefully she's all right. Players are going to go back to their benches as our Simpson University trainers are going to tend to Napoleon, and Jacob now is going to pull up this replay to see what exactly happened.
Yeah, and she's already wearing an ankle brace on that right ankle. It looks like she stepped on the foot of number 13, Blecha. So hopefully she'll be all right here as we are going to
You can reel this one back in.
Hello, fans, and welcome back. Mariah Napoleon just exited the game with a ankle injury. Hopefully she's all right. She's already wearing a brace on that right ankle, so definitely something to monitor. It's 29-28 with 1:35 remaining in this second quarter. The Redhawks in a zone defense, as taking it up the floor is Beltran. Quick pass to Zero Nagra is poked away into Coach Anthony Taylor's hands. Great job there by Coach Taylor, staying alert on the bench, watching his team. As Nagra on the far side wing, back up top to Beltran. Now back to Nagra. Nagra pulls up jumper. That one will fall. Great shot there from Nagra. And DeMoto will take it up the floor. Just outside of a minute remaining as Lemus crosses the timeline to Thompson outside the arc. A little bit of space, but not enough to take a shot. Pass it to DeMoto. DeMoto directing traffic. Marshall rolling off a screen. No defensive switch there. Thompson sees Marshall in the corner. And it will be Redhawk ball.
The Redhawks now get to inbound this ball in just almost the deep corner. We have just about a minute left in this first half of basketball.
And a little bit of confusion here as they were calling for the...
And the officials are going to call a delay of game on the Redhawks for taking too long to inbound the ball. That's quite an interesting call, but that's all right as DeMoto is going to find Thompson. Thompson spinning, shooting with the left, and that's almost reeled in by Luquido, but Thompson's going to get that ball. DeMoto now is going to try to pass the ball to Lemus, but that's going to be turned over as number 13 of the Bobcats, Blecha, finds Nagra. Nagra back out to number 13, Blecha, and that almost falls, but Nagra now finds Luquido. Luquido back out, ball swung around back to the top of the key to Beltran. Beltran finds Luquido. Nagra now is going to work against Anna Marshall. Back out to Beltran. Beltran's going to swing it out to Luquido. Luquido's going to take the shot, and it's off, but another offensive rebound as we have a jump ball here on the play. Great patience by Merced, really soaking up every second of the shot clock to get the best shot possible, and that's exactly what they got. And now we have 14 seconds left, and it's, I believe, going to be Bobcat ball under the rim.
Yeah, that was some great defense by the Redhawks and some great patience, as you said, Sean, by the Bobcats, working to create a great shot there and then working against the shot clock and that very well-established Redhawk defense. It will be Redhawk ball with 14 seconds remaining. Maybe they'll call a play here similar to what we saw at the end of the first quarter where Thompson was able to drain it from half court. And here we go as Lemus inbounds to DeMoto, getting pushed around by Beltran. Thompson with the ball, closely guarded by Nagra, trying to get past her and get across the timeline. 9 seconds remain. Can't get past her. Looking for someone. Dribbles across the timeline now. 4 seconds, 3 seconds to Modal, 2 seconds, 1 second to Marshall. Marshall unable to get a shot off. The Bobcats defense holding the Redhawks to no space. It's 31-28. We'll be back in 15 minutes after the half. We'll see you right here.
You got this, Jacob.
Hello, fans, and welcome back to the James M. Grant Center in Redding, California. I'm Jacob Green, joined here by Sean Rodriguez. As we begin the second half, it's going to be the Bobcats, number 35, Luquito, driving baseline, kicks it out to number 13, off the front rim. That was Blecha with the try, as Marshall will pass it up the floor to Demodal. Now to Kinney, guarded by number 33, Williams. Now to Demodal, one-on-one, gets the ball screen, rolls off it, back to Wynn. Wynn outside the arc, thought about the three. A nice little one-hand pass is picked off by Blecha as she passes it to number 10, LeBeau, taking it up the floor. LeBeau not having a lot of playing time in this ball game today. She started, but then was out for a bit after a cold start.
The Bobcats now are going to inbound this ball from under the rim. That's Nagra. Looking for a Bobcat, finds number 13, Blecha. Blecha at the top of the key, working against this Red Hawk 2-3 defense. Finds number 10, LeBeau. LeBeau to Luquito, back to the middle, Williams, and that's blocked by both Thompson and Wynn. Great look from Luquito to Williams, but great defense from Thompson and Serena Wynn to stop that bucket, and Nagra is going to inbound this ball. Once again from under the rim, Nagra's going to find Williams. Williams swings it out to LeBeau. LeBeau's going to drive middle, swings it to Nagra. Back out to Blecha. A lot of ball movement here from the Bobcats, and the Bobcats are going to reel that offensive board in as the shot clock expires. LeBeau now finds Nagra. Back out to the top, swung out to Blecha. Great defense by Kinney, and Kinney's going to get that steal as DeModel now is going to push the ball up the floor to Marshall. Marshall pump faking, stepping through, bumping, finds Wynn. Wynn's going to take the short jumper, and that's going to fall for Serena Wynn. It's now a 1-point difference here in this ball game. Just a minute and a half has passed as the Bobcats now are going to look for an opportunity to score.
Yeah, and at halftime, the Red Hawks were losing the rebound battle. Bobcats have 24, the Red Hawks have 18. As Marshall, unable to corral that ball, is going to go out of bounds. And it'll be Bobcat ball. As Merced's going to get some subs. I mean, number 11 along with number 11, Madison Diaz. As the Bobcats will inbound it from the baseline. The Red Hawks have Kinney, Wynn, Thompson, Marshall, and DeModal on the floor, all 5 starters. So 2-on-1 here, backdoor pass. Throwing it up is number 2, Beltran. She gets the bucket there, kissing it off the glass. It's Thompson with the pass from DeModal. Very quick one. Now Wynn, double team, kicks it out to DeModal. DeModal looking for something there. It's poked away by Beltran. DeModal still closely guarded by Beltran, corralled it and took it back across the timeline, handoff to Thompson. Thompson at the top of the key. Now driving into the lane, throws it up, off the glass, won't go. Rebounded by Beltran. Beltran now guarded by DeModal. Crosses, centers, now throws it far side wing. Back up top to Beltran. Beltran directing traffic. Luquito motions for a tempo build. Goes to give her the ball screen, doesn't use it. Now back up top to Luquito with a little bit of space, guarded by Thompson. Nothing there. Goes back to Beltran, baseline. Inside pass on the block, that was Luquito, and a foul is going to be called. And will stay on the ground.
You know, Jacob, the Bobcats are really struggling against this Red Hawk defense, but the one thing I must say about the Bobcats is that they're very, very patient when it comes to offense. There was about 4 seconds left in this shot clock, and luckily they got fouled, and that shot clock reset to 20 as they just took a short corner jumper, as now the Red Hawks now are going to try and get a bucket here as DeModel passes it out to Thompson. Thompson now to Kinney. Kinney's going to set a screen for the point guard. DeModel now is going to receive the ball back again. A lot of movement as Thompson takes the three and rattles in and out. And that's reeled in by Williams, and Beltran now, the point guard for the Bobcats, is going to direct traffic and try and make something happen for Merced. The ball swung out to Nagra. Nagra back out to Beltran. Beltran's going to skip it across to Diaz. Diaz is going to take the shot, and that's off and reeled in by Wynn. DeModel now, full head of steam, swings it out to Kinney. Kinney now back out to Wynn, and Wynn is going to give the ball to D'Amato. D'Amato's going to call it a play for the Lady Redhawks. D'Amato now is going to drive middle, stop on 2. Wynn's going to take the short corner jumper, and Marshall almost gets that rebound. But Marshall's going to get the steal, but she's actually fouled. Number 2, Beltran, with possession of the ball, and Thompson seems to be upset from that foul call.
Yeah, now we see these tensions starting to rise. Luquito was upset when the Bobcats couldn't get anything going on offense just a couple possessions before. A little bit of frustration on her face. Now Thompson upset there with the foul call. Both teams trying to score here. Both offenses have cooled off since, as the 3-ball will fall right on cue with me saying that. D'Amato's going to inbound, and a quick timeout from Coach Taylor will give us the break. 5:43 remaining.
Welcome back, fans, to the James M. Grant Center. Wynn is going to inbound this ball from under the baseline for your Lady Redhawks, and the Bobcats now are going to fall into a full court press as D'Amato gets pressured by number 2, Beltran of the Bobcats. D'Amato now is going to split through the defense, scoops it up with the left hand, and it's just short, but Wynn's going to get that rebound and just miss. And that ball's reeled in by Williams, and now Beltran now with a full head of steam. Driving middle, back out to Luquito. Luquito thought about the 3. Back out to Beltran. Beltran now back out to number 11, Diaz. Diaz is going to drive baseline and get stopped. Finds Nagra. Nagra's going to drive middle, floats it up, and that one is going to fall. That's 38 points for Merced. Merced has now scored 7 points in this third quarter compared to Simpson's only 2. Wynn now is going to bring this ball out and slow it down for the Redhawks. Went out to D'Amato. D'Amato thought about the 3, but she's actually going to take it, and it's just off right, and that's reeled in by Williams. And Beltran now, once again, is going to bring this ball down for the Bobcats.
Yeah, the Redhawks here need to get some offensive plays going. They're slowing down the Bobcat offense and playing great defense. As here, the Redhawks almost recovered the ball. Thompson caught in a 1-on-2. Marshall with the closeout contest on Williams, but she's going to hit the jumper, and now Merced is quickly pulled away by 10 for the Redhawks. Both Nikki Thompson and Tessa Kinney have 3 fouls, something to watch. They're going to have to play a little bit more carefully as Wynn tries from downtown. She's going to just barely graze the net. It's a little bit short, and it will be the Bobcats' ball. So Merced's going to get a sub here. Number 44, Ramirez, checking in. The Redhawks playing a zone defense against the Bobcats. Now, far side, back up top to Nagret. Now on the close side to Beltran, inside on the elbow to Luquito. They're trying to shut her down. Far side wing, now off the block, guarded by Wynn. Back up top, swung around. Driving is Beltran, throws it up. That one won't go, rebounded by Ramirez. He's going to dribble out the baseline, kick it out. Beltran pump faked, drove, pulled up, and hit the jumper, and now it's a 12-point lead. The Redhawks need to get the offense going as Marshall trying to get past Niagara couldn't, kicks it out to Demoto. Demoto directing traffic. Gives it to Nikki Thompson outside the arc on the far side wing. Thompson trying to create a shot. Now drives 1-on-2, throws it up, won't go, but gets the foul call, and she will head to the charity stripe. Hopefully the Redhawks can slow down these Bobcats right here.
Yeah, Jacob, you mentioned earlier that Luquido of UC Merced has been a key component to this team, and I believe that the Redhawks has done a pretty good job of shutting her down in the second and third quarter. But then you have players like Beltran and Nagra, these guards for the Bobcats that are really producing more points and just producing more overall for these Bobcats. So great job to the Redhawks for shutting down their leading scorer. But now we have some other players of the Bobcats once again stepping through open doors and trying to make something happen here this afternoon, as Beltran now has the ball, is going to drive baseline, Euro steps through the lane, and that is just off, and that's reeled in by the point guard, D'Amato. D'Amato's going to push it up to Marshall. Marshall thought about driving. She is going to drive. She's going to bump. She's going to go up, and she's going to get smacked in the arm, and Nagra seems quite surprised with that call. And Anna Marshall now is going to shoot 2 at the line. Marshall has 6 points in this ball game, all coming from the first half. So if she hits this free throw, it will be her first points of the half, and that is just going to rattle in for Marshall. And we have Garcia now here at the scorer's table. She's going to sub in for the shooter, I believe. And Marshall's going to have one more shot at the charity stripe. Can she cut this lead to single digits? And she can.
Yeah, and something to note as well, with the defense on Luquido to shut her down, it's almost basically a 2-on-1. When she gets in the paint, there's 2 Redhawks converging on her, which opens up that perimeter shooting ability that Merced has and that they've used all year long to beat teams, especially in conference. It's a pull-up jumper from Ramirez, won't go. Rebounded by Diaz, and then kicked out from downtown. The 3-ball try won't go. That was Beltran. And knocked to the floor is number 35, Luquido, by Tessa Kinney. Lupe Lemus is headed to the scorer's table now.
I believe Kinney was trying to box out Luquido, and maybe she just stumbled upon her and they fell down. Nothing intentional, but that is going to be Kinney's 4th foul. So she's going to sit the bench for most likely the remainder of this quarter, as the ball swung out to Luquido. Back out to Diaz. Diaz is going to take the shot, and then Garcia reels that one in. D'Amato now on the far side of the court finds Marshall now. Marshall swinging around, bumping, and could not get that layup to fall. Great move from Marshall. Way to use her body to create that separation. Beltran now is going to swing it out to Diaz. Diaz thought about dropping that ball off to Ramirez. Good idea, but great Red Hawk defense to stop that pass and to stop that potential 2 points. And Lemus is going to now inbound this ball to D'Amato.
And another thing to note for the Redhawks, they're missing Mariah Napoleon, who came off the bench and scored 6, and then also provided that height advantage for the Redhawks. Marshall, with a little nod, drives, throws it up. That one won't go off the glass, just a weird bounce. Did not fall. Marshall with only 2 points here in this second half, both coming on foul shots. If the Redhawks want to keep it within reach, they need to get Anna Marshall to start scoring some buckets here. She's going to take it up the floor, looking to drive. Nothing there, closely guarded. Passes it around the arc. D'Amato now gets a screen from Lemus.
And I believe that was a moving screen by Lemus as she attempted to set a screen for the point guard, D'Amato. And Wynn is going to take a breather as Thompson gets into this ball game. We have 3 Red Hawk players with over 2 fouls in this third quarter. Just under 2 minutes left in this play. The Red Hawks are down 9 points. The Bobcats now. Nagra thought about shooting that ball. Nagra's going to find Beltran. Beltran's going to find the middle. Back out to Ramirez. Ramirez finds Luquido. A lot of ball movement here. And that's going to result in 2 foul shots. Great patience once again from the Bobcats, allowing the ball to touch each player's hand before getting a shot. And Luquido now is going to shoot 2 free throws from the charity stripe.
Yeah, for the Bobcats right now, the lineup they have in has worked really well for them all game long. It's also put the Redhawks where they're at now, which is in foul trouble with their bigs. And Lupe Lemus is having to step up here. She's playing that 5 position, standing in the paint, but also getting help from DeModal and Garcia, who are very quick on defense, along with Anna Marshall. So hopefully the Redhawks here can stifle the Merced offense and turn those defensive stops into offense as Marshall gets the handoff from DeModal, looking for space here, nothing there, tries the elbow, kicks it out to DeModal. DeModal fakes pass, now drives, kicks it out again to Garcia, back around to Lemus. Lemus driving baseline, pass it to Marshall on the other side of the baseline. Marshall looking for a shot, guarded one-on-one, fakes, kicks it out to Lemus. Lemus, nothing there, swings it out to DeModal on the far side wing. DeModal inside pass to Lemus. Lemus with the hook shot and the foul as Lemus will head to the line. Redhawks down by 9 with 59.7 remaining in this third quarter.
Yeah, Jacob, that was a great job by Our Lady Redhawks to utilize almost the entirety of the shot clock to get a good shot, and Lemus now attempted that baby hook but just got fouled, and she's going to convert this free throw to fall, and she's going to have one more free throw to cut this Bobcat lead to single digit. Shots goes up, and it's nothing but net. Beltran now, who's been a spark off the bench for the Bobcats, is going to swing the ball in. Great charge attempt from DeModal, and that's going to be a travel call on number 20, Flores. And DeModal now is going to bring this ball down for the Redhawks. Just under a minute now left in this ball game, or not left in this ball game, left in this third quarter, my apologies. Garcia now scanning, finds Lemus. Lemus. Redhawks seem to be taking their time. Marshall now one-on-one with Nagra. Nagra guarding her tightly. Lemus with the jumper, not there, and Marshall tries to get that offensive rebound, and I believe that's a foul on Nagra, I believe, Jacob?
Yeah, it looked like Anna Marshall was hooked a little bit there, and when she went up, just got taken out by Nagra. Lemus with the jumper didn't go. Something to note as well, Zara DeModal in this game has 0 points. She has not been able to get going offensively. Anna Marshall not able to get going offensively either, but still has 7 points. But both DeModal and Marshall need to get going even more. But DeModal still doing a great job of running that point guard position with a jab step here. Now drives, shoved as she's taking the shot. No foul call there. And now Redhawks transition back to defense as Marshall swats that one away, and it goes out of bounds. Great stop by Marshall there as the Redhawks were still transitioning back into their zone defense, and we're likely going to get beat to the bucket there. Lemus, DeModal, Marshall, Thompson, and Garcia on the floor. A defensive-heavy lineup here for the Redhawks, trying to shut down the Bobcats with 13 seconds on the clock. No shot clock for the Bobcats. It's kicked out now. Beltran pestered by Thompson. Double teamed with Garcia. Nowhere to go. Thompson trying to rip the ball away, and a travel is called on the Bobcats, and it will be Redhawk ball with 1.4 remaining. Redhawks will quickly run a play here to get a shot off. 1.4 seconds remaining, just long enough to inbound the ball, catch it, and throw it up to Marshall. Marshall throws it up, not quite on target. It's a little bit offline. 44-35 rather. At the end of the third, we'll be right back for
Welcome back, fans, to the James M. Grand Center. My name is Sean Rodriguez. I'm here with my colleague Jacob Green, and we are here in the last 10 minutes of this ball game. Simpson University has 35 points, and UC Merced has 44. Anna Marshall now is going to inbound this ball to DeModel. DeModel now taking her time as she comes across the court, and the Zebras are going to stop
looks
the
like
game immediately.
Shot clock technical difficulties here. It stopped at 29, so they're going to reset a little bit and inbound the ball a little bit farther down the wing. So now the refs stop it again.
It seems, if you look, the shot clock actually went out, Jacob. So some technical difficulties already happening in this start of the fourth quarter.
A little bit of a home court advantage here for the Red Hawks, as hopefully it slows down the Merced offense. This little break in the action. Kenny now back in the game, even with 4 fouls. Hopefully she can make an impact and not commit any fouls. So trying to reset the shot clock now. As we'll do it all again. Now the shot clock counting down. Win on the far side. DeModel gets the pass. Model shoes untied. Gonna have to work through it. Now passes to Thompson. Back to Win. DeModel passes it off the block to Marshall. Marshall with the spin move, throws it up, kisses it off the glass for the points. DeModel as she's hobbling down the court, tucks in her laces, doesn't want to trip up. 44-37, the Red Hawks trying to pull back within reach.
Nagra now.
Bobcats working slow.
Nagra working against Marshall. Nagra finds Luquido. Luquido, handoff play. Back out to Nagra. She's double teamed. Beltran now with the ball, asking for a ball screen. The model's going to fight over the screen. Wynn's going to recover on Luquido. Luquido one-on-one, hands straight up. 2 seconds left on this shot clock. Beltran's going to have to throw something up, and that's a shot clock violation for the Bobcats. Great defensive pressure by the Red Hawks, and now this is only a 7-point game with just 1 minute passing in this fourth quarter. Anna Marshall now with the ball is going to work one-on-one against Nagra.
And that whole time the Red Hawk bench was cheering on the Red Hawk defense. You love to see that there. A little bit of a cheering section going to amp up this game for the Red Hawks. They're trying to get going offensively after being outscored 13-7 in the third quarter, trying to bounce back here. Now Win in the post, one-on-one with Luquido. A quick little handoff to Kinney. Kinney ends up bobbling it, and it goes out of bounds. And the Bobcats will have the ball. They're up by 7. Taking it across, up the court rather, and across the timeline is Beltran. She'll pass it on the far side wing. Now in the post baseline. Kicks it out to number 22. Martini is going to drive, kicks it back out to Beltran. Beltran passes back to Martini. Martini to Luquido. Martini cutting baseline. Luquido looking for a shot, guarded by Win. Throws it up, conversion by Kinney and Win, and a foul will be called on, I believe, Win.
Luquido back at the free throw line. She's been shooting 100% from the line this game. She has 2 shots here.
Very lucky Tessa Kinney didn't commit a foul there. Would have been her 5th and a ticket out of the ball game. And it was on Serena Win. So now Win and Thompson both have 3 fouls, and Kinney with 4.
DeModel now. The point guard directing traffic for the Red Hawks. DeModel finds Win. Win is going to hand this ball off to Thompson. Thompson receiving the screen from Kinney. Kinney finds Win. Win's going to pump. She's going to turn around. She's going to fade. Beautiful move by Win. Beautiful play called by DeModel. And now the Red Hawks back in this game, just down 6 points as Thompson's going to apply some pressure. Backdoor pass to Martini. Martini's going to throw it up and just kisses it off the glass. Great find by Beltran. Great finish by Martini. And DeModel now, once again, is going to call out to her teammates, getting her in her set. Horn set here for the Red Hawks as the ball is swung back to DeModel. DeModel now asking for a ball screen. Jabbing, finds Win. Win is going to swing this out to Marshall. Marshall's going to receive the screen, coming middle, driving with her left hand, 2 steps, and that's a foul on Nagra. Anna Marshall now is going to go back to the line to try and cut this lead even shorter Marshall has 10 points in this ball game, trying to make it 12.
And now Nagra in some foul trouble. Nagra, the leading scorer, tied with Luquido. Both have 15 points. Getting Nagra into foul trouble here is a great job by the Redhawks. And Anna Marshall looking to get within 6 here for the Redhawks. She's going to bounce on off the front rim. She was boxed out by Martini. Now taking it across the timeline is Beltran. Redhawks quickly fall into a zone defense. Ramirez driving rather. Euro step layup won't go, and Luquido can't handle it and pokes at it. It's actually going to be off the Redhawks. My apologies. Thought it was Redhawk ball. It looked like Luquido touched it last, but I believe it was Nikki Thompson who was also trying to corral it. Ended up poking it away as well. So the Redhawks trying to get the crowd going and get back into it here. The handoff to Ramirez after the inbound is going to go off of Thompson. Thompson a little bit upset with the call there. It looked like it went off the foot of Ramirez. Ramirez now for the Bobcats will inbound. Redhawks in a zone defense with Thompson, Wynn, and Kinney down on the baseline. And the Bobcats will inbound it again. A lot of deja vu going on here. So the Bobcats are going to call play. The officials have a little chat. Zebra's going over what exactly went on.
Beltran now with the ball is going to direct traffic for the Bobcats. Beltran swings it out to number 13. That's Blecha. Blecha almost hit Martini in the middle, but finds Ramirez with the fading shot, and that rattles in as the shot clock expires. Merced now is up by 9 points with just under 7 minutes left in this ball game. D'Amato and Beltran, this point guard matchup, has been exciting to watch.
Something to note is Nagra is on the bench as D'Amato, the 3-ball won't go. Just misses a little bit too strong for D'Amato as the Bobcats will take it up the floor.
Luquido now swings it out to Beltran. Beltran back out to Blecha. Blecha finds Luquido. Luquido facing up, jabbing, swung out to the corner, swung out to the wing, back out to number 13. Blecha's going to take the shot, and that's off, and that's going to be a foul committed by Ramirez on D'Amato, and that's going to stop this ball game. And Coach Anthony Taylor is going to take a timeout to talk some things over with the Redhawks. Merced S49.
Hello fans, and welcome back to the James M. Grant Center. 6:03 remaining. Redhawks down by 9, running out of time here. 6 minutes left to play with both Tessa Kinney in foul trouble, and for the Bobcats, Nagra in foul trouble. Hopefully the Redhawks can get something going here in this fourth quarter. Both teams have scored 5. It's been a little bit of a slower game offensively as time has gone on. As Thompson gets the pass from Marshall, D'Amato driving, now kicks it out to Kinney. Kinney goes up, that one won't go, it's a wide right, and the Bobcats get the board. It was Martini with the board. As Beltran will take it up the floor, quick pass to Ramirez, as Serena Wynn, converging on the pass, ends up making some contact with Ramirez.
That's going to be Wynn's 4th foul. So some key players for the Red Hawks all in foul trouble. Kinney with 4, Thompson with 3 fouls, and now Wynn as well with 4 fouls. Beltran now is going to direct traffic. Stuck at the top of the key, finds Martini. Martini now is going to find Luquito. Players cutting, a lot of hands, as Williams is now going to swing the ball out. Marshall gets a piece of it. Williams is going to take the charity stripe jumper, and that's going to be rebounded by the point guard. She pushes the pace as Marshall now Euro steps through the lane, and that's going to be called as a charge. And that's Marshall's 3rd foul of the game. Good job by Beltran to stay set and take that charge, as now the Bobcats are going to take this ball down.
And for the Red Hawks coming into this game, they had 192 total fouls, and the Bobcats had 225. So the Bobcats collecting more fouls than the Red Hawks on the season, but somehow in this game, the Red Hawks have just been in more foul trouble, as Wynn with the contest there, as it's off target, corralled and saved by Kinney, but Thompson couldn't quite grab it in time, and it's gonna go off of her foot and out of bounds. It will be Bobcat ball from the baseline. So they're gonna run a play here, get somebody open, get a shot off. Again, the Red Hawks down by 9. Both teams only scoring 5 thus far in the quarter.
We have just under 5 minutes in this conference game, and the Bobcats are going to inbound the ball from under the rim. That ball is going to come out to Luquito. Luquito is going to find Martini. Martini tries to hit Ramirez. Great job by DeModel for getting in the passing lane, and we have a substitution here. Kinney is going to take a breather as Garcia gets some burn in this 4th quarter. The Bobcats now. Beltran at the top of the key. Swings it out to Martini. Martini tries to hit middle. Could not. Ramirez tries to find Luquito, and somehow the Bobcats recover the ball. And now they are up 11 points with just about 4.5 minutes left. Redhawks now running out of time. Definitely going to have to convert if they want to get back into this ball game. Thompson now back out to Wynn. Wynn is at the top of the key, scanning. Tries to get it to the point guard. Instead gets it to Thompson. Thompson's going to drive baseline. Strong take. And she gets fouled, and she's going to go to the line and hopefully convert 2 free throws to stop this UC Merced momentum in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, the Redhawks trying to pull back within single digits here with Thompson at the charity stripe. Getting ready to check back in for the Bobcats is Mariah Flores, the freshman guard from Daly City. As getting a breather will be Jazzy Beltran. Thompson will drain the first free throw. Redhawks down by 10 now with just over 4 minutes remaining. They need to get shots up quicker if they want to come back in this ball game.
Thompson now with 1 more free throw, and that's going to rattle in. She's shooting just over 83% from the free throw line this season, so nothing new as she puts that one through the net. Great movement here from the Bobcats. Williams is going to go up for the layup and miss it, but the Bobcats regain possession. And now number 44, Ramirez, driving middle, and that's stolen by Thompson. Momentum picking up here in the James M. Grand Center as Thompson drives middle, gets dayline, gets a wide open layup, and this court is erupting as this ball game just got a lot more interesting. Just under 4 minutes left in this ball game, and the Bobcats are going to take a timeout. Merced 51. I got it, Jacob.
Okay.
And we're back after that timeout. It is going to be Bobcat ball as Nagra is subbed back into the game. She has 4 fouls. And she's going to swing it out to Beltran. Beltran now is going to direct traffic. Swung out to Nagra. Nagra looking to pass middle. That swung cross court back out to Beltran. Beltran is going to swing it back, receive the ball. That swung out to Martini. Martini now tries to hit Lukita. 5 seconds left. Lukita's going to take the short corner jumper, and that's long, but Martini, or my apologies, Williams is going to get that rebound, and that's a shot clock violation. Great defense by the Redhawks, as now our Lady Redhawks are going to try and convert to cut this lead even shorter.
Yeah, DeMoto's going to take it across the timeline, guarded by Beltran. Pass it to Thompson. Thompson back to DeMoto. DeMoto now back to Thompson. A little tiki-taka here. Wynn comes up, calling for the pass. Marshall had no shot there. Wynn looking for something. Handoff to DeMoto. 10 seconds on the shot clock. DeMoto cutting into traffic. Jumper. Wynn rattles around and out. Marshall fighting for the rebound. Was boxed out by 2 Bobcats and could not get to it, as Beltran will take it up the floor. The Redhawks quickly getting set in their defensive positions. Kinney headed to the scores table, ready to check back in. Handoff to Nagra, back in the game. Marshall closely guarding her, trying to get that ball. Gets screened. Nagra, a little quick pass to Lukito. Garcia with the recovery, holds onto it, and a foul will be called as Garcia drops to the floor.
The defensive pressure is really picking up for the Redhawks as they start to realize that this ball game is close to being over. So there's been a lot of deflections, a lot of steals for the Redhawks as this lead is cut short to 7 points as DeMotto brings the ball up fast. Thompson now receiving 2 screens, driving left, pivoting, goes up and is fouled by number 22 Martini, and that's going to be 2 free throws for Nikki Thompson. Thompson has shot 43 free throws this season, making 36 of them, accumulating to about an 84% free throw percentage as she takes her first shot, and that just hits back rim. We have about 2 minutes left in this ball game. Redhawks still down by 7, and Thompson's going to take one more shot.
Yeah, a lot needs to happen here for the Redhawks. Again, as you said, down by 7. Thompson missing the second shot, rebounded by Beltran. Beltran calling a play. She heads up the floor, guarded by Marshall. And the refs are going to stop the clock. Another shot clock issue. So they're going to head to the scorer's table. So the Bobcats will have to re-inbound for the Redhawks here. Merced has 5 fouls. They're pretty close to the bonus in this fourth quarter with just over 2 minutes remaining. For the Redhawks, they need to score a bucket or 2 very quickly after they get a stop on defense. We're going to get a time.
Welcome back, fans, to the James M. Grant Center. I'm here with my colleague, Jacob Green. My name is Sean Rodriguez. And it's going to be Bobcat ball as Nagra is going to inbound this ball to Beltran. Just over 2 minutes left in this ball game. Merced is up by 7 points, 51-44. There seems to be some consistent shot clock issues as this game is just prolonging. Seems to be after every timeout, Jacob, there has to be some shot clock issue.
Yeah, it also seems like both teams can't get going offensively, which has led to a little bit of a slower pace. The Redhawks, every time they try and pick it back up, something happens, whether it's a timeout, a shot clock violation, or just rough defense that leads to an easy Bobcat basket. So now Marshall and DeMoto will double teaming. The pass to Martini is not corralled. It's overhead and out of bounds. It'll be the Red Hawks ball as Kinney back in the game will inbound to DeMoto. DeMoto takes it across the timeline. Quickly moving, hand off to Thompson. Thompson looking for a shot here. Looking for a double screen. She's going to drive into the lane. No foul called there. And off the rebound, a jump ball is going to be called. A lot going on under the rim, and no whistle until the jump ball, but it will be Red Hawk ball.
A lot of body contact here from both teams, but I think it's worth mentioning that both teams has showed a fair amount of sportsmanship, helping their ladies and peers up after being followed as Serena Wynn with the tough fadeaway jumper, cutting this lead even shorter to just 5 points. Is now Nagra is going to swing the ball out to Luquido. Luquido now.
Both Marshall and DeMoto were double teaming whoever inbounds the ball on that other side of the court, as Martini in the corner looked for a three there. Jab step, drives baseline, kicks it out. Nagra for three. That one will fall as we approach 1 minute remaining. Kinney with the pass from DeMoto drives into the lane, throws it up. Shot does not go in, but she will head to the line after the foul call. The Red Hawks down by 8. Kinney here needs to make both foul shots for this game to stay within reach and even close to plausible, as both teams, Merced and Simpson, are 2-0 in conference. So one of them will be going home today, 2-1 in conference.
Tough shot by Nagra. Very clutch. Applying more pressure to our Red Hawks as that ball slips for Kinney. And her teammates are going to give her some words of encouragement. We have just over a minute left in this game. The Red Hawks are down 8 points, and Kinney's going to have one more try at the charity stripe. That shot goes up, and it's short, reeled in by Luquido. Marshall now tries to sneak up from behind and get that steal, but that's going to be her 4th foul. Marshall now with 4 fouls. Serena Wynn with 4. Thompson with 3. And I believe that is Kinney with 4, but she gets subbed out for Lemus, who also has 4 fouls. So it's been quite the chippy game for the Red Hawks. Just 1 minute left, down 8, and the Red Hawks are going to fall into a full court press and trap. Williams now swings it to Beltran. Beltran now getting pressure by DeModel and Thompson, and that's going to be a foul on DeModel, and I believe we're going to go to the charity stripe now, because we are now in the bonus with just under a minute left.
Yeah, both teams in the bonus now. 5 team fouls. As we just get inside the 1 minute mark, taking her foul shots is Jazzy Beltran, who's had herself quite a game. Offensively and defensively, more so defensively. The Red Hawks trying to stay within reach here. They're going to have to hit a 3 to keep this game alive. DeMoto quickly moving across the timeline, trying to get a screen from Lemus. Lemus sets one. DeMoto for 3. Off the front of the rim, won't go. Thompson will foul number 0, Nagra. And that will be, I believe, Thompson's 4th foul rather. As heading to the line is Nagra, and we're going to do it all again. Red Hawks down by 10 with 45 seconds left. Marshall's going to get some words from Coach Anthony Taylor.
Nagra now is going to take these free throws. Shot goes up, and bottom of the net for her. Nagra has shot 48 free throws this season, making 35, equating to a 73% percentage, as DeModel now is going to bring the ball up the court. Pass it to Marshall. Marshall's going to take the deep 3, and that is off. And Wynn attempts to save this ball, and it is a 12-point deficit here with just under 40 seconds left in this ball game. And there's a timeout here on the play by head coach Kaylee
Hello fans and welcome back to the James M. Grant Center as we going to be having the Bobcats inbound the ball here. Going to inbound it into the backcourt and run this clock out as it ticks down as we approach the 30-second mark. Redhawks double teaming and Thompson will foul. That will be her 5th. She'll have to sub out as she will exit the game. Multiple Redhawks now been in foul trouble. Haley Garcia will check in for her. 29 seconds remain as Niagara will take her foul shots. The Redhawks just could not quite get anything going offensively that could match Merced's. Merced's tempo just kept building no matter what the Redhawks did, and then when the Redhawks finally slowed down, the Bobcats offense just was not quite enough. After this game comes to an end and the buzzer sounds, UC Merced will be 3-0 in conference. Redhawks will be 2-1. This is the first home loss for the Redhawks as DeMoto just inside the arc will take the shot and score. 22 seconds now. So Redhawks playing tight defense and foul Luquido. Zara DeMoto with a great shot there, just a couple steps over the arc. This Thursday at 5:30, La Sierra University will be playing your Redhawks at home inside of the James M. Grant Center. Something to note as well. As Thompson exited the game, she got some applause from the audience here for this matinee. And in about 25 to 30 minutes, the men's game will begin. Myself, Jacob Green, and my colleague Sean Rodriguez will be back on the call. The Redhawks here down by 11 against UC Merced. So we're having some more issues with the clock. Now it's fixed. No shot clock for the remainder of this game with 19 seconds left. Anna Marshall will take her seat on the bench as Lupe Lemus has also checked in. DeModal, Garcia, Wynn, and checking into the game was number 25, Deja Ortiz. Making both shots there to make this ballgame 61-48 as the Bobcats drop into a full court press. DeModal working quickly, passes it to Lemus. Outside arc, Garcia from the wing, inside pass to Lemus. Lemus goes up and is fouled, and she's going to head to the line. Even more foul calls here on both ends of the floor. It's the clock now at 10 seconds. Neither team wanting to just dribble it out, as both these schools are rivals. And Lemus will take her foul shots. Get on the floor. DeModal, Garcia, Wynn, Ortiz, and Lemus taking her shots. 10 seconds remaining as Lemus takes her second shot. That one won't go. Wynn fighting for the rebound, but Luquida will corral it, pass it to Beltran, and Beltran is quickly fouled. But it will be on the floor. The Redhawks still in a full court press here. Wynn guarding the inbounder Nagra. 61-49. Again, after this game, the Redhawks will drop to 8-7 overall. They'll be 2-1 in conference, and this is their first loss at home this season. They were undefeated at 5-0. For Merced, they will be 9-8. Very similar records between these two teams. And they will improve to 4-6 on the road. As now we're ready to inbound the ball with 7 seconds remaining as the clock was incorrect. Wynn closely guarding. Now the Redhawks trying to foul, they don't. It's passed up the floor to Luquido. Luquido will pass it to number 33, Williams, who holds on to it as time expires. The final score here from the James M. Grant Center, UC Merced 61, Simpson 49. We'll be back in 25 minutes for the men's game. For Jacob Green and Sean Rodriguez saying,